Good evening, I'm Barry from the Great Hope Seventh-day Adventist Church located in Valdese, North Carolina, actually physically in Drexel, but we like to think of Valdese because that's where we're planning to eventually show up. So Valdese, how did you get into Valdese? Shame on you, you need to come. May 29, 1893, that was a few days ago. 29 Waldenses arrived in what would become Valdese, North Carolina. They came by train. They had come over on the ship Van Dam in the New York Harbor on the 27th. The Richmond-Danville Railroad brought them for free, dropped them off in the area of what is now Valdese. If you look at the map, this is a railroad map of that era, there is no Valdese. There would not be a Valdese until the 29th. By the way, there were 11 men, 5 pregnant women, and 13 children under the age of 16. That November, 178 more would come, and eventually Valdese would become a thriving community. They dropped them off the railroad. The engineer was almost in tears thinking about dropping these people off. There was no depot. There was nothing there. Just drop them off. By the 1925s, 30s, somewhere in that area, Valdese would be the fastest growing town in North Carolina because of the textile industry, shipping textiles of all kinds all over the world. In 1946, I've been doing a little research with the Valdese area. 1946, the Southern Tidings reported that Brother Herbert, Dwight Herbert, Deppert in Valdese last Friday night, that over 100 were in attendance. Shall we not pray for this interest? Well, we do know that he held a meeting in what's called the Laurels sometime later, and at least one of those became a member of the Seventh-day Adventist Church. It was 70 years, best I can tell, from the time that Dwight Herbert held his meeting in Valdese until I held a meeting in Valdese. We think it's time. We think it's time to move on that community. It is the largest Waldensian community in North America. Not as many, they're not the majority anymore, but there are a lot of Waldensians there, and while we're not targeting the Waldensians as such, we are praying for ways to reach the heart of the people who once held the Bible as their only rule, faith, and practice. We believe that God is going to open up their hearts. The Old Rock School, built in the 1940s, is where we held, when I was pastor in Morganton, we held a number of health ministries, meetings there, seminars there. And on February 6, 2013, the church in business session, the Morganton Church, our mother church, voted to plant a church in Valdese. The problem was that the couple that we thought would be our leaders there felt like it was just something they could not do, and so we were back to the drawing board. We spent a few months together as a kind of core group, praying for a lay leader, and it didn't happen. So I decided I would retire and become a layman. This is territory that we're covering. These are all small communities. Now, I've pastored small communities, and I know the challenges that are there. We're not naive to believe that people who have grown up in those communities, lived there all their lives, are going to be easy to be brought over. But we believe that God is a faithful people there, and we're looking to actually plant ourselves right there. And in fact, we have done that already. We've done Creation Health, we've done Weight Management for Life, several other health programs. We've been trained to do the reversing diabetes. That plans in August, and we believe we're going to reach a major niche in the Valdese community. Burke County, the incidence of diabetes is extremely high. We have a Discover Bible School, where we're not using just Discover lessons, but we're going to reach out to the community, share the Word of God with people. And I will tell you, we first sent out the Something Wonderful cards and use Discover lessons. And the mayor will be happy to know that our next group will be sending out the It Is Written ones. On October 22, 2016, we had our first official Sabbath. And I will tell you, it was not a disappointment. That's our church. We're in a small building. We are looking already to see if we can find something a little bit larger, so we have room for tables to do seminars. This is kind of small for that. On our opening Sabbath, we had 43 of us that were there. Part of them were families from various places. But it was off to a good start, and we believe that God is in fact blessing. My wife made these banners to put in front of the church to keep us in mind, first of all, that the harvest truly is plenteous, And we're praying for laborers. But our role, our mission is to make disciples. That's what we believe that every church plan is about, but we don't want to forget that. So every Sabbath, every Wednesday night, we see these banners right in front of us. Our logo is patterned somewhat after the logo and shield of the Waldensians. We did that on purpose. We didn't want it to be the same, and we believe that we are light shining in darkness, and we wanted them to recognize this looks something like ours, because we still have a desire to reach the Waldensians for Christ. Mrs. White, when she visited the Waldensian Valley, says, I know, God has shown me that once again, the message will come to their hearts in these valleys. Well, when they left the valleys and came to Valdese, we believe they're the same people, and God's going to reach them again.